1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. Okay. Next video, we'll see how much this fucking phone can hold. Alright, Nellie kicks in the door of a storefront and runs inside, running upstairs. The terrified Pinko family are hiding under a desk together. He runs to the window and looks out, seeing his nightmarish vision of a horde of demonic creatures. He aims out the window and fires. Suddenly, everything goes totally silent as the sound drops out of the movie. The expressions on the rebels' faces instantly go from being furious to being stunned and speechless. I mean, like, literally speechless. They touch their hands to their mouths and necks to try to speak to each other, but it's no use. No sound will come from them. One of them tries clapping his hands, but even that doesn't work. Yeah, isn't it funny how in movies when they drop the sound... I don't know if that's still a thing. It was a thing, like, 10 years ago. The only sound to be heard at all is a very quiet, high-pitched ringing, like what older rock musicians hear constantly. That's so fucked up. Nellie rings his finger in his ear, but he can't get rid of it. Then suddenly, I want to know how many times this word appears in the parody. That's in parentheses. Yeah, get fucking used to it, because I use the word suddenly about, like, 49 million times in every story, so... Because everything always happens suddenly, that's why, you know? A small hand emerges from the rebel crowd. Kristoff appears and squeezes through the bodies to the front of the group, looking pale as a sheet and staggering. Oh no, Kristoff. Kristoff, with blood trickling out the side of his mouth. He tries to speak but can't. All the rebels stare at him in anticipation, urging him to go on. Kristoff, ... Silent gasp. Then finally the sound comes back on. Kristoff, ... Corn nuts. What is that from? Heathers? I'm pretty sure. Then he falls down dead in the snow with his shirt all bloody. Killed by Nellie's bullet. Or musket ball, whatever. Sam appears then from the back of the crowd. Sam, my runner! All the rebels quickly begin to disband, confused and feeling like shit. The party is over. The excitement is done. One for all and all for none. JW appears then, behind Sam, who was just standing there not knowing what to do. JW goes to Kristoff. He picks up the boy in his arms, looking tragic. Sam, take him home to his mom, and make sure you do. I don't want to see no mysterious lamb sandwiches at your shop tomorrow. JW scoffs. What do you think I am, an animal? He wanders off, back down the frozen streets, with the snow softly coming down in the dark. JW mumbles to himself. I knew Nellie wasn't fit to be in the army. He wanders off, out of sight, all head hanging and depressed. As he disappears, the camera pans over to a nearby alleyway where Honeysuckle and Cream Pie are hanging out. They have the other 2 British soldiers tied up and held hostage, shivering in their underwear. That's cruel and unusual punishment, making people go in their underwear in the snow. While the 2 prostitutes sit back, wearing their uniforms and drinking their beer. That's like a poster, though. Like, I should draw that. Cream Pie. Damn shame what happened back there. Damn shame. Next day, next week or something. You know. The colonists are out in the snowy streets, having a solemn funeral march all down the main drag, or something like that. Everyone is dressed in black, and some have hoods and or are carrying candles. You know, the whole shit. Lemon Twist, standing on the sidelines, watching everyone dirge by. Okay, we do not make this big a deal out of it every time somebody dies. Otherwise, we'd be having nothing but funerals all the time. The rest of the world would think we got the Salem fungus. He lights a cigarette. Poor Kristoff. But hey, kid, look at it this way. In death, you made a shitload of new friends. That's pretty dark. Now here comes Hutch, wandering down the side of the road, looking at the funeral procession and watching everyone as they go by. It's been a little bit since we saw Governor Hutch, huh? Then, true to form, Sam appears beside Hutch, seemingly appearing just out of thin air. He has his arms crossed and looks unhappy, to say the least. Sam, bitterly and sarcastically. It's a damn shame, huh? I hope you're proud of yourself. Puppy growls threateningly at Sam, sticking loyally to Hutch's side. Hutch puts a hand on Puppy's shoulder as if to say, I got this. Hutch to Sam. Myself? Sam. A little-ass kid is dead because of you. Hutch. Because of me? Ugh. Your humor is as fantastical as your sex exploits. Hutch turns to keep walking, but Sam catches up to him. Sam, it is because of you. You brought those soldiers here, and one of them turned out to be nuts, and you're not doing anything. Hutch stops and turns around. Hutch darkly. I dealt with the soldier you mentioned. Sam, and what about the kid's mom, huh? First her husband gets shipped off to a debtor's brothel in England, and now her kid is dead. What about that? Hutch, I'm sure she'll get along somehow. Just like someone else I can think of. Sam, bristling, hella offended. Ugh, if we weren't in public right now. Hutch, then what? What would you do? Go ahead and do it. Raise the stakes. The audience is hungering for more. They've barely begun. Sam stares at him, shocked dumb by his words. Hutch waits a moment. Oh, what's the matter? He taunts him. Someone slit your tongue, little bird? Well, when you get your voice back, come and find me. I'm kind of curious myself to know what comes next in this little saga. He turns and leaves the scene with Puppy. Sam shakes his head. God damn, he fucking played me. Blizzard transitioned to the next scene. Let's go back to familiar territory. Back to the B&B, baby. Party time. Cut to the B&B. It's hella dreary and bland. Everyone is just sitting around, quiet, super depressed, gray, bleh, just moping endlessly. All the hookers are sitting back, sniffling or crying, staring off into space, using tissues and wearing signs that say, sorry, not working today. Suddenly, the door gets kicked open with a loud-ass bang. J.A. steps up in the doorway, brushing snow off himself. J.A., hella irritated. Where's my cousin? Everyone looks up, staring with their basset hound eyes, before just going back to their drinks and tissues. They don't say a word. J.A. rolls his eyes and looks around. He spots Sam sitting at a table with J.W., neither of them saying anything. J.A., Sam, there you are. He goes up to the two of them. Sam! Sam just ignores him. J.A., hey, don't ignore me, asshole. J.W., aw, come on. Come on, don't be so harsh. He can't help it. None of these whores can. J.A., well, what's wrong with him? Did he lose his hearing or something? He looks around the bar. What the fuck's wrong with this whole place? It's like an episode of The Twilight Zone or something. J.W., it's called Winter Drop. J.A., winter what? J.W., when winter comes and the weather gets all dark and cold, it makes people sad. Then they stay indoors because of the cold. They don't interact with other people. They get bored and lonely. They get sadder. And the whole thing just spirals downwards. Then anything bad that happens is like 1,000 sorrows. For some reason I imagine JW to, like, have, like, a little Bill Nye moment right there where he has, like, a pointer stick and, like, a chalkboard and shit like that, you know? J.A. waves him off. You expect me to believe that witch doctor mumbo-jumbo? J.W. Well, you asked. J.A. That all sounds like some bullshit to me. How come we're not affected then? J.W. Well, there's a special gland near the brain of some people that makes them immune. In fact, if a person was to eat the gland of an immune person, they'd probably become immune too. What is this QAnon shit right now? J.A. crosses his arms. And you're telling me you were born with that gland, huh? J.W. Well... He fidgets around all nervously, laughs slightly, and touches his hair. Oh, it's because he's a cannibal. Okay, I get it. J.A., whatever. Anyway, turns back to Sam. Sam, snap out of it. You can't just sit here all day jerking off the devil. You're needed, urgently. Sam, with his face in his arms on the table. I don't care. J.A., well, you better start caring. There's a big-ass mob riled up outside, again, protesting the redcoats, and I know you had something to do with it. Sam, who cares? It doesn't matter. Kristoff is dead. J.A., will you shut up about that brat? Damn, he ain't even yours. You didn't even care about him. You just wanted something to latch onto. Sam looks up. You're mean. He was a living creature, and now he's gone. He was just a kid. J.A. sighs, face palms. He slides his hands down his face, so it's like... sits down next to Sam. Okay, listen to me, and listen good. I'm only talking to you like this because you're my cousin. I wouldn't talk to a stranger or my friends or my wife like this. You are like a brain-damaged little brother to me, or like a really bad alcoholic or something who always needs to be bailed out of jail. You piss me the fuck off, is what I'm saying. And I wish I could slap the shit out of you, but I love you. Sam stares at him. J.A., yeah, look at me. Like that. Look in my face. You gotta come to your sense. This is like my version of like those scenes that I hate in like TV shows, like those cop shows my grandma watches, where people are always like, they grab somebody's face and they're just like, you need to do this, blah, 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 you need to do that, you are a fucked up person, and you need to do these things, and blah, blah, whatever. You know, I can't even do it. I literally can't talk like them. Because, unless I just heard it and I'm just, like, quoting word for word, because it's so against my culture and everything. But this is, like, my version of it, so it's kind of funny. I don't know. Alright, where was I? Alright, you gotta come to your senses, man. We live in the year 1717 something. It's fucking brutal, man. No electricity, no plumbing. Everyone's covered in parasites. You're wearing those filthy-ass clothes. You think you're clean, man? You ain't clean. When was the last time you washed your hands? Or the rest of your body? You're fucking disgusting. And hey, so am I. I can't talk. Nobody can. You know why we wear our hair like this? He tugs on his ponytail. So it's so we can swat away flies. I don't know if that's true. I just made that shit up. Like the tail of a fucking jackass. That's what we are, just a bunch of filthy jackasses. Painkillers don't exist, but the slave trade sure does. Childbirth and surgery are both basically just a death wish to bleed out in agony. It's a fucked up world, man. And you know what else? It's gonna be this way for a good, 100 years more, at least. Maybe 200 more years. Maybe it'll never change. Children die all the time, just dropping like flies. Freezing, starving, infections, fucking gangrene. Your little friend went out with a bullet through the chest. He dropped in 30 seconds. So maybe he was lucky, huh? How about that? That's pretty fucking brutal. I remember my mom actually read this story. This is a rare occurrence when one of my parents or friends or family, anybody I know, actually read one of my stories. And she said that this paragraph is the part she liked. Sam blinks, taken back. Wow, that was really real. J.A., yeah, that's what I'm here for. Now pick yourself up and get back to your life. J.A. gets up then and heads for the door, having given his speech. He leaves without another word. There's the heavy sound of the door shutting, then silence. Sam takes a breath. He stands up. Jay's right. We can't just sit here and let the winter drop eat us alive. Not while our city's on fire out there. J.W. perks up. Yeah, that's the spirit. Rise above. So fucking American. Sam, damn straight, he calls to his hose and Kelly. Hey boys, let's go out to the streets. There's redcoat ass to be kicked. 80s action movie background music starts. Oh god, I'm having flashbacks from Joshy and Dawson Part 2. Hose and Kelly, yeah! JW, he makes the face. I don't think that's what Jay meant. Sam, you heard him. Living in this time period sucks. And if things are ever gonna not suck, and if they're ever gonna change, we gotta make it change. Meanwhile, Kelly and the hose are in the background, gearing up for battle. JW. Yeah, but he starts stuttering nervously. I know. How about I get you a drink and we talk about it first? How about that? You love to drink. I'll get you all drinks. Hey guys, drinks on me. Sam, no time for that right now. He heads out the door. Kelly and the hose follow him out, while JW is nervously chewing on his fingernails, having a mini panic. Half the calories of a regular panic. JW, I hope you all know what you're doing. The door shuts behind them. After a moment of silence, a random skeezy-looking Bostonian dude comes sliding up on the seat next to JW. Skeezy dude. Hey, can I get a free drink? Cut to outside. The British soldiers are standing in a line, trying to be totally still and emotionless, even though the snow is coming down on them, and there's a crowd of colonists out there giving them hell. You know, yelling in their faces, calling them names, throwing snowballs, etc. The usual. Soldier number 1 shivers. He mutters to the others, why can't we fucking shoot them? When we first came to the city, we were running this place. Now we can't even use our guns. Soldier number 2, yeah, they're supposed to be running away from us. What the hell? Just then he gets slapped in the face by a snowball. Soldier number 2, ugh, I fucking had it. Soldier number 3, God, I'd love to blast some lead through just one damn Yankee. Just one. Soldier number 1, yeah, I want to see some action. Redcoat officer, all of you better zip up your little smart-ass lips. He shivers. Ugh, I'm fucking freezing out here, and hearing all your shit sure as hell doesn't make it any better. If any of you shoot one ball, I'll whip your fucking ass, and my orders are to hold fire, then if my orders are to hold fire, then your orders are to hold fire. Random colonist, right in the officer's face. Hey, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. That's like all caps. God, I can just imagine that too. Like that's how people really bully. Like, you know what's funny? I remember like when I was in like junior year of college, or not college, I didn't even make it to junior year of college. Junior year of high school, I was in this fucking stupid ass class called health class, which they put me in. It's a freshman class, but because I transferred and I wasn't a freshman at that school, they made me take it as a junior, and it was fucking stupid. It was a bunch of brainwashing ass bullshit, which I told the teacher to her face that I thought it was, and it was dumb. And luckily she was actually kind of cool about it with me, because she let me sit out some classes where I was pissed off. But anyways, she put me on the spot because she had these, like, quizzes, and on the quizzes were, like, examples of bullying and stuff like that, because it was some part about bullying. And, she was asking me, like, oh, like, what do you think of these questions and stuff? Because I was, like, her TA, you know, because I was the older kid and shit. She was like, what do you think of these questions? I was like, to be honest, it doesn't sound realistic. This is not the way kids really bully. Because it was just, like, lame, like, Sesame Street type shit. Like, oh, you look ugly or something. Well, actually, that's even kind of realistic. But I can't remember. It was just something that didn't seem realistic. Like, it wasn't how kids actually bully. It was like, ha, 4 eyes or something like, I don't know. Just some, I can't remember. But it was some shit that didn't seem real. So I was like, this doesn't seem realistic. And then she's like, well, what is realistic? And I'm like, it was kind of put on the spot. Like, it's kind of hard to say. Because, honestly, real bullying is hard to... I got bullied every single day for, like, 10 years straight. But, like, it's kind of hard to put on the spot, like, what bullying is exactly. Because it's more complex. Like, it's not just insults. It's, like, you get a bad reputation, basically. It's an ongoing process that people build off of and leech off of. So it's kind of hard to explain. Like, it's more just, like, every time you pass by in the hallway, people are like, you know, because you walked by. That's bullying, right? That's my experience, you know, that type of shit. It's not really just saying, like, you know, I mean, I don't know, it's insults too. Like, I remember, like, one of my friend, like, when we were, like, I think when we were in high school, like, maybe 9th grade or something, she said, because we went to different high schools, she said that, like, in her class, they were bullying this one girl, and somebody was like, oh, it smells like fish in here, and they were like, oh, yeah, because blah blah didn't close her legs or some shit. So, you know what I mean? It can just be random shit. But, yeah, just getting in somebody's face and saying, like, the same thing over and over, like, it just, that's kind of something. Anyway, why am I going on this side tangent? Alright, where was I? Soldier number 2 to soldier number 3, muttering. I heard that Nelly got driven insane, and he totally snapped. He died laughing in a straitjacket. Soldier number 3. Nah, I saw him just the other day. He's on laundry duty now. Thank God, the guy's a nervous wreck. Meanwhile, on the colonist side, Cream Pie watching the riot. They're brave to go so near the redcoats. Sam crosses his arms. Well, shit, good for them. You gotta go big or go to hell these days. These are extreme times we're living in. He looks across the crowd then and sees a black guy in amongst the 90% white rioters. Sam, no way! He pushes through the crowd, followed by the hose and Kelly, and goes up to the guy. Sam, Crispus Attucks, no way. The black guy turns around and looks at him. Sam, squeak squeal of excitement. I guess. I don't know how to fucking do that shit. It is you. How you been, man? It's been so long. Crispus, hey. They hug each other in greeting. Crispus, man, I ain't seen you in a million years and a half. How's it going? Dyed your hair, I see. Sam, yeah, how come you don't come by the B&B no more? You know, Lemon always liked you. Lemon twist. He blushes and looks away shyly. Kelly, yeah, we miss having you around, you son of a bitch. Crispus, you know, I've been busy. Kelly, busy? Doing what? As they're all chatting, JW comes running down the block towards them as fast as he can. Crispus, yeah, to be honest, I don't even really know what's going on. I got a note telling me to be here, so here I am. Alright, last 2 pages, man. JW, you guys! But they can't hear him. He's still too far away in the crowd. Sam, yeah, come by and visit us again sometime. And bring some singles. He laughs. Crispus, single friends or single dollar bills? Sam, both. They all laugh. Random soldier through his teeth. I can't take this anymore. That wasn't through my teeth, but, you know. Finally, JW shoves through and reaches his friends, totally sweaty and gasping to catch his breath. Crispus, hey, JW, what a reunion. JW, you guys. Go, get out of here. Crispus, hey, you know, this little guy makes the best corned beef sandwiches I've ever had. JW, go, you guys go. Kelly, huh? Soldier yells, I can't take it anymore. I'm mad as hell and I can't take it anymore. That's not what it says, but it should. Look at this dog's leg. They all look over at that soldier just as a mysterious hand, it has little wiggles around it, reaches through the crowd, holding a pistol. It shoots into the riot and shoots Crispus Attucks right in the head, splashing a mist of blood on JW's face. Crispus Attucks falls to the ground, stone dead. JW shivers and whimpers, staring off into space. All the hookers, Kelly, and the other rioters all start freaking the fuck out. Rioter number 1, you murderers, you killers. Rioter number 2, no more blood. Stop it, dog! Look at this shit. Oh my god, I hear my sister and her boyfriend downstairs. Alright, no more blood. He, the rioter, loads his gun hella quick and starts shooting all the soldiers. Redcoat officer, defend yourselves, fire! Now all hell really breaks loose. Everyone's running all around, frantically holding guns. Oh, loading guns. Shooting, screaming, trying not to get shot, and basically just going completely piss-ass wild. People are running away down the alleys, falling to the ground, clubbing each other with their guns, and resorting to fist fighting. Oh, yeah. They're just lucky that automatic weapons haven't been invented yet. That's all I gotta say. Yeah, what did I say earlier? See, it's like you try to have some fun, you want to have a little riot in the streets, you know, get together with your friends, have a good time. Then what happens? Violence breaks out. You know, fuck. Lemon twist. We gotta get out of here. Fall back to the B&B. Kelly looking around. Where's Sam? We can't leave him. Honeysuckle. He'll find his way home. He always does. Let's go. They all run out of there. Pretty soon, though, the chaos dies down as quick as it started. The British soldiers go retreat off somewhere else. The rest of the crowd of colonists just disperses. Oh shit, it's past 20 minutes. But it's the end of the story. Until no one is left anymore, except for 6 to 8 dead bodies, all bloody in the snow. 6 to 8. Like, an exact number? All bloody in the snow, and JW, who was just sitting there, curled up amongst the scattered corpses. He sits there crouched, shivering and staring. Slowly, he looks back over his shoulder to look into the camera in a creepy way, with the blood still on his face. That really sad music from the sad animal commercials plays. Yeah, what is that fucking... That's Sarah McLachlan. It's like, On the Wings of Angels, or whatever the fuck. That fucking... I would play it right now, but I can't, because I don't have the gear. But, you know, just look that shit up. Sarah McLachlan, Angel, I think is what it's called. That fucking pathetic-ass song. Cut to J.A. and Sam up on some rooftop, huddled together under a blanket. Sam, that's the end? It's just gonna end on that note? J.A. shrugs, drinks a beer. Works for me. The end! That's what it says. It's like all stretched out. Of part 1. Part 2 coming soon. Ha! No, it's not. Part 2 coming never. But, you know. Oh, originally finished on February 15th, 2016. Happy President's Day. The typed version. Finished on June 29th, 2016. Happy early 4th of July. Who knows, they might even show Sons of Liberty on TV on the 4th again like last year. So that's even later than I thought. I mean, I know I was writing it in 2014. I didn't know that I didn't finish it until 2016, but I was working on a whole bunch of shit, so whatever. I was doing so many, I did so many, wait till I do the next couple of stories, the other ones that were typed up, because, like, I got the zombie one, the one that's after The Walking Dead, when The Walking Dead was, like, fucking at its height. You couldn't get away from the shit. And then, I did one for Star Wars / Star Trek, and all those things I was kind of doing at the same time. So, anyways, that's the end. Hose of Liberty all wrapped up. Alright, man. Until next time. Actually, I'm going to try to do one more video, see if my phone can handle it, because I got another story in there.